Tuesday practice? How'd the guys bounce around out there?
We were good. We really were. It's been that way pretty much all year. This group's just like that. They like each other. They like football, and they just keep getting better every day. It's fun to coach this group. I mean, I've said it a million times. We don't feel like we're a 3-3 team. We just don't. And sadly, we've got a bunch of really good teams in front of us. Starting off with a really great North Texas team that Eric's done a super job with. Always super good on offense, but man, he's got a really good defense now, and that's what makes these guys so different.
So I wanted to ask you about the takeaways there from the film, because South Florida kind of put it on them there a little bit. What do you take away from that film?
Well, they were up right before halftime, and South Florida punted, I want to say with 30 seconds left, and their punt returner just fumbled the ball. And it's a cruel business. When South Florida gets on it, they score right before halftime. Momentum totally shifted. So, yeah, I know Eric's, he had a chance to knock South Florida out there early because South Florida was turning the ball over. And that was a big play in the game. You never want to put it all on one big play, but that did hurt momentum right before halftime. They had a crowd, a huge crowd, really getting wild, and that kind of took the momentum away from them.
So that 3-minute window where they scored 4 TDs is kind of an anomaly sometimes, something like that? Or?
South Florida's really super good. I mean, you need to study their roster and what they've done there. We'll discuss them when it's time, but I wouldn't judge North Texas's team too harshly because of South Florida. They do that to the University of Florida, to Boise State. They've been beat by Miami. You're talking about anywhere from $25 to $50 million rosters, and that's the kind of roster that South Florida has put together.
Jeff, you guys set a school record with 17 tackles for loss against Rice. What did you see that sort of went into that or led to that result?
Yeah, let me make sure and clarify. I'm not saying South Florida has that kind of money. I'm saying the teams they've beaten reportedly have those kind of rosters. I don't want to spread something that I don't even know to be true. And none of that might be true. It's all just reported, right, or said. I'm sorry, Gray, what was your question? What we're talking about?
Tackles for loss record you guys set against Rice. What led to that?
Our D-line was pretty dominant in the game. And again, I know I keep saying it. We played well, but their quarterback's getting hurt definitely hurts you. That's tough to overcome. But our guys played well. And again, it's the same old thing. We're getting better. Those defensive guys replaced 11 starters. We play a lot of people. It takes some time for us to usually get our game going. We're starting to hit it a little bit right now. And our crowd was fantastic, and our band was fantastic, and all those things help, which is why going on this road game is such a big deal. There's not going to be any of that there. We got to be able to really provide our own juice. There'll be some of that there, obviously, but not to the magnitude that it was this last Saturday night for homecoming. What
are the biggest things that change as you see the defense come together? Is it the communication part or just each guy being ready for those moments?
Just knowing how your partner's going to play, They've got calls too. Everybody thinks that just offensive coaches have calls and defensive coaches don't have calls. And they've got calls and they've got plays. I mean, I don't call them plays, but to keep it in a common man's layman terms, they've got their stuff too. So when they call their plays, they've got to know how to fit off each other and whose responsibility is what. And then like Rice, if you'll study the video, they came out in a funky set that we've never seen before, and they lived in that quite a bit. So we had to make those adjustments, and that takes some time. And so yeah, they're just getting accustomed to each other, and we're learning them. They're kind of learning us, and they played way better.
You mentioned in your post-game comments comparing this upcoming schedule to almost an SEC-like slate. How do you discuss this next stretch of games with the guys and the challenges that are ahead?
Yeah, I really don't talk about the stretch ever. I just talk about the next game. Again, we try our best to ignore you guys, but that is what's great about y'all. Y'all are going to talk about it, so I don't have to. I mean, y'all are going to state what those records are, and it's a gauntlet, right? So I don't bring it up because you got to think about how all this was created in our culture. It's win the day. Like everything is win the day. Like be present. Like any studies you do on any human, when they are worrying about their future or their past, they're not in a good frame of mind. It's the people that live in the present, that really are in the moment, that are the most joyful people in the world. And even when you see me, Eeyore Jeff or Gloomy Jeff, it's why I'm reflecting on some past game, some past decision, and I look like I have no joy in my life. If I start talking about, oh my God, this team is like this, and then the next one's like that, and the next one's like that, well, what kind of personality or joyful human is that guy going to be like, right? You got to be in the moment. And right now, we have a practice done. We're fixing to go grade that thing, and we're going to look at, today was base down install. So we've been studying the heck out of Eric Morris and Skylar Cassidy and Drew Zavoda on their base stuff. Tomorrow we'll do third down and red zone, and we'll get good at that, and then we'll get good at short yardage, 4-minute offense and 2-minute offense. And that's just the way our weeks go. We just can't spend a lot of time talking about what you're talking about, but that's what's great about y'all. Y'all are going to talk about it. My guys are going to hear about it. They'll find out all that stuff from you guys. I mean, I was telling this yesterday to someone. I'm reading a book in my quiet time right now, How to Raise Adult Children. And these kids I'm coaching, they're not teenagers, they're screenagers. They were raised on a screen. They have all y'all's words, for better or for worse, in their souls at all times. And I hate that. I've got young coaching buddies that they can't get off that stuff. That's what they've done their entire lives. And I try to tell them, you've got to get off that stuff. You just have to. You gotta, what good could we get? And I love the question the other day. It was a great question. It's the 4th time I brought it up now. Have we ever said anything that's made y'all think or something like? And in a way, that is the way it makes us think, because my team hears everything I'll say. So I have to go in there and diffuse it, or, articulate that they're accurate what they're saying. It's fair.
Jeff, this North Texas offense, they have a pretty strong passing game, and I think maybe an underrated running game too. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, those 2 backs are legit now. Yeah. Those are 2 really good backs, and one of them I know very well. He's from Mount Vernon, from the 903, and he's a tough runner. And the back from Oklahoma is really, really good. They've done a great job. Their O-line is really good. They're well coached. Because they have so much spread element to their offense, people are so worried about their screen game. They're so worried about their vertical game that you forget about when they hand that thing off, that kid, or they throw a screen to him, they have a chance to go score. And Eric does a great job. You guys know, y'all covered him here. He's an offensive wizard. He's really good, and much respect for him. We've had 2 great battles, and I'm expecting another great battle this Saturday.
The first half touchdown pass that Owen threw, Coach, where he was kind of moving to the sideline, it looked like he might go out of bounds, throw it away. How did you see that play unfold? What made that special from his standpoint?
Well, we worked hard on the scramble drill like all schools do, but we've just gotten a little better at it. And whenever you throw across your body like that, it's almost like no, yes. It's the fadeaway 3-pointer to win the game. It's the same things y'all done. You're pulling your 3-wood out, trying to hit it over water, 230 yards, and you're all going, what the heck, and then you hit it, and you're like, that's a great 3-wood, right? I don't have many of those, but I've seen Martin do that quite a bit. And then DJ, really made it special. He broke 2 tackles. We love to celebrate our kids when they turn that body up. What I mean by that is, as soon as your buddy gets the ball, you turn up and go body up. And if you go watch all of our guys, man, they love to help each other get in that end zone. And it was a great run after catch by DJ, a nice scramble drill by Owen, and a heck of a play by him.
Jeff, your offense and defensive coordinators have been criticized a little bit this season, but I think I'm not too sure.
Oh.
But they received an award yesterday. I guess somebody made them coordinators of the week. What does that mean to you to see those guys recognized?
Was it Kelly and Caitlin? I mean, are we sure it was
I think it's CBS Sports.
CBS Sports. Well, yeah. I'm happy for my guys. They're super people, and we get it. We understand it. We do, and it's never as good as you think. It's never as bad. I know y'all get tired of hearing me say that, so I'm happy they get any kind of success. But those are always player-driven awards, and our defense played incredible, and our offense played incredible. But I'm always happy for Jess and Justin, anything they can ever get, and Zach. Those guys deserve it. They've helped us win a ton of games here. All 3 have been here for all 6 years. And people believe that, like, when you get in those coordinator chairs, that's the first time they've ever made those calls. Justin Burke's been making calls in this offense for 6 years. He's had a responsibility in those game plans. He made some great calls for Will Stein. He made some great calls for Barry Lundy Jr. And I've got guys under Justin that are doing the same thing for him. We all have responsibilities in that game plan. We all own what that is. It's always a team effort. It's never just one guy. And I totally understand how that's done. But I still stand by those guys that really helped put a program on the map that you could argue in 6 years. There's been 2 games you could say we might not have showed up. I would say that North Texas in 2021, that'd be a fair argument. And I would say Texas State 2023, that would be a fair argument. The P4 games, you go get some of A&M and Tennessee and Texas and every single year, and you let me know how that goes. But other than that, we're going to be in a fight. We're going to go in there, we're going to punch and fight. And I know that's a metaphor. I hope we don't punch and fight. We're scrappy, and I'm proud of my guys, and we hate losing close games. We do. And we're a couple of touchdowns away from being a totally different season, but we're not. We're 3-3, and we got to fight through this thing right now.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you.